down at my local lake. Recently joined. It is a lake that I fished about 18 years ago, and I caught a 24-pound mirror carp on here, which was my first fish over 20 and my last fish over 20 until last year, where I had my PB of 32.1 on a completely different lake. However, I've rejoined this one after 18 years. It's somewhere I liked to fish before. It's good head of carp. It's got a couple of catfish apparently now. One goes to about 48 pounds, so that'd be interesting. So I've decided to rejoin that. A different angling society is actually taking it over. But the lake's surrounded by woods, as you can see. There's one large island and one man-made island. Approximately 3 acres of water, I believe, with 23 swims. I only really counted 20, but apparently there's 23, so I might have missed a couple on the way around. There is access all the way around the lake. You can even park your car next to your swim from, I think, the 1st of April, as long as the field isn't too muddy. You can get round. Some of them do have steps down some of the swims, because you can see probably across on the back of the lake there that some of the banks are fairly steep, so some have got a few steps down too. And some of the bibbies you're going to have to put sort of up on the top and up to your rods down below. 2 toilets, which is always handy, but it's decent car park for the months that you can't actually drive around the lake and drop your gear off. But the rest of it, the barriering your gear is not too bad. I mean, I've done it today. It's pretty flat. It's obviously a farmer's field, so it's in pretty good nick. Looks like I've done quite a bit of work since I was last here. As I say, the swims are in decent shape. Obviously there's a little bit of flooding around at the minute because of the deluge of rain that we've had. But this swim's pretty nice and tidy, it's fairly large. There is a notice on the board at the front of the lake which tells you which areas to fish in. So if the lake was busy, then you obviously get it zoned out, not like normal lakes. I mean, my zone is the entire island that you see in front of me. But if there's no one fishing to your left or right, then you are able to utilise those areas of water. And if someone just drops in, you just need to be polite and pull your rods in and move it back to your own zone. So I'm here for 24 hours. As I say, haven't been here for 18 years. Walked around it a couple of days ago. Felt really good. There's some fish showing, mainly around this island, which is why I've chosen this spot. There's been nothing showing this morning, but I just thought I'm going to drop in here. It was where I saw them milling around the other day. I'm hoping that it's one of their travel spots. So I put a bit of bait out on the area using the fully loaded stone system on the grip hooks, and I have a boosted crab swab on my left hand rod, and I've actually got one of the jungle snails on my right hand rod, so I'm not sure if the fish in here have ever seen Palatrax baits or whether they've had naturals fished. So I'm going to give it a go for a few hours. I'm going to move my rods around every sort of hour or so for the first part of the evening. Something I picked up from Palmer Palatrax and Ashmansworthy pools. The fish aren't going to come to you. You need to find and locate the fish first. So I'll put a little bit of mix down just to see if I can entice them in or just keep them around this island should the need arise. If not, I'll just keep putting the method mix on, small bite-sized parcel, and just ping it around my swim. So every hour or so until darkness, and then we'll have a look at what we're going to do overnight. As I say, as normal in these videos, I'll keep you updated with what's going on, and fingers crossed we have tight lines and we get a carp. Hopefully you can see the boosted hook baits. Still on the crab. Found this on the Amazon site, which if you've got boosted hook baits, then just stops you getting messy fingers. These are pre-drilled. Hair stopping. And there you can see the stone. So just that over. There's the method mix, which is Daphne and maggot crush with, see, the rehydrated snails. So just pack that round. Into a nice ball. Try and make it fairly aerodynamic. I'm not going out far today though, so it's only about 4.5, 5 wraps out. It's nice and compact. And there you have it. Boosted hook bait and the method around the stone. Here we have the snail. Stay on the hook really well on the hair. A bit more jungle boost spray. So that's just the jungle booster from Palatrax, and same as before. And this method mix is full of the rehydrated snails, snail meat, just for added attraction. And there we have it. On the LQ rig, ready to go. I was going to try and do a bit more of this video outside of the bivvy. However, the traffic noise that my microphone seems to be picking up is quite substantial. I will try and edit it out if I can. However, we are closer to the motorway than I thought we were. My other lakes used to have the train line directly behind it, so at least I won't be kept awake by a train every 15 minutes. As I say, back on this lake after 18 years away. Under new ownership about 3 years ago. This club water has this lake, another lake you can only fish dawn till dusk, and 13 miles of canal, which I'm looking forward to in the coming months, because I've not fished the canal for years either. And apparently there's some decent carp, tench, bream, etc. all over the canal, and it is landlocked, so they are kept in there. I had one little bleep earlier which came to nothing. I've just reset my rods, as you've seen, so still on the crab, still on the snail. I have moved the rods slightly, left and right. I am now the only one left on this lake, so I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. As I say, I've not been here for a while, so still feeling my way around. As I did see the fish show a couple of days ago. I am hoping it's a patrol route, and if it is, then I may get something tonight. If not, it's going to be a learning curve for the next few weeks as I get back used to this lake. From memory, pretty sure I caught most of my fish overnight. It didn't seem to be much of a day lake, but I mean that was 18 years ago, so things could have changed. I don't know what the water pressure is like, I don't know how many anglers fish it. Obviously there was a guy across the other way, he's now packed up and gone, but he was just in a day session, so I don't know if that's an indication. We didn't seem to have anything while I've been here today. So I'm still hopeful. Most of my fish, as I say, came at night time before. I'm getting myself set up and geared up for that night operation, so I'm going to set my alarm every hour to start with and then see how we go. And I'll just recast if I need to, just see if I can locate some of these fish. As always, I'll keep you updated with my progress. First one of the session. £17, 3 ounce common. Beautiful. Lovely condition. Morning everyone, so it's raining again. No surprise there for the great British weather at the minute. So I'm having to do this indoors unfortunately. Wanted to do a little bit more filming outside today. Unfortunately with the weather I don't have a cover for my camera. If anyone has any ideas of how to do this in the wet, it would be appreciated if you can put it in the comments. If there's any sort of gadgets that you've got to cover your camera that help you take wet weather shots. But last night around 11:30 was awakened to a £17, 3 ounce common. Beautiful fish, really good condition. Put up a little bit of a fight, which was nice. But as I say, then after that, 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, about 2:30 I think it was, I had a double run, which I missed the first one on the left rod. As I went to get the right rod, the other one dropped off, so I'm not really sure what happened there, but it was a double run. I took the wrong choice, I think, in the first instance. I went for the left because it was the closest. And then around about 6 o'clock this morning, I had another run, which didn't come to much. It sort of ran for about 3 seconds before I got there, it then dropped off, so I'm not sure whether there's some tension on it that might just be sort of picking up the body. So reset the rods, back on the method mix. I've gone jungle, soaked jungle on one and a fruity plum on the other. Now last night the common came to fruity plum in the end, so I'd swapped it over before 11:30, it came to fruity plum. Boosted hook my pelleter, so that's now back out in the same spot with the fruity plum. So it looks like this rain's going to set in for the next 2 or 3 hours, which is a bit disappointing as it looks like I'm going to be packing up in the rain. And I'm going to just check the weather and just see if I've got a breaker window, so I don't get too wet going back to the car. But if I have anything before close of play, as they say, I'll let you know. And that's it for today. The rain's still coming down, so it does look like I'm packing up in the wet. Just the one fish last night, which I'm really pleased about, considering I haven't been here for 18 years, as I said earlier. So I did think most of the bites would come overnight, but that seems to be my memory. But I'm going to still do a few day sessions down here just to try and get some analysis of the lake. Now they've made it slightly larger than it used to be, and some different swims about. The guy came in last night, he dropped into the same swim that the guy left yesterday. And I don't know whether it's like a tag team thing or whether it's just a popular swim. So I'm going to have a wander around there and have a chat with him before I go, just to understand what the attraction is of that swim. Might be nothing, might just be coincidence, but I'll have a look and I'll have a see. So until next time, tight lines everyone.